Hello, Jim. My name is Sean Everett. I'm the website analysis expert over at Zucore Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Megan. She sent your website on to me for analysis, and that is what this video is. It is your analysis. And in this video, I am going to show you how Metal Barn is kicking your behind on the internet. They are getting so much more business than you are. I'm going to show you the numbers. I'm going to show you how to turn it around, and I'm going to give you some tips that you can put into practice today if you wanted to. So let me get right into it. Now, you have a great website in many respects. It might be a little spare. It might not have quite enough content in it. But what you do have is great. You have it's interactive. There are things to click. You have customer testimonials, which shows that you're not just in Kansas, you're in Nebraska also, I assume. And this is great. I mean, in many respects, this is a wonderful website. It is a year out of date. And I don't know when you had it made, but even a year ago, the things that I am going to tell you about in this video were not that prevalent. So this is very timely information for you. Now, the first thing I do after looking at your site is I have this paid tool that I use. It's called Ahrefs, and it is a service that I subscribe to. It gives me the metrics of your site over the last couple of months. Now, the next thing I do is I go and do a regular old Google search, in this case, metal buildings in Wichita, Kansas. And the reason I'm showing you Google is because Google is responsible for 96% of the traffic on the internet. That is a massive amount. If you were, nationwide responsible for 96% of the metal buildings, you would be very happy. And other people would start to say, what is going on? There's something fishy there. But Google has a stronghold on it, and I don't think they're going to let go anytime soon. Now, what I'm going to do is describe how Google works so that you can actually utilize it. Because if you don't know how something works, then you're not able to utilize it. And I'm going to explain it by explaining the results of this search page. Now, I'm going to have to use the word algorithm. Forgive me, but Google has an algorithm, and that is responsible for not only the placement of everything on a search page, but it also has requirements that it is looking for. Now, as you can see, this first area here, we call the map pack, and you did something. I don't even know if you know what you did to get here, but you were rewarded with being here because you filled out a Google business profile. And the way that I know that is that there is a Google review here. Highly recommend this steel erecting company. That's from one of your Google reviews. So I know that you filled this thing out. I know that you filled it out fairly well because you got here. But I also know that other people could fill it out better and also knock you out of this spot. So making sure that that thing is filled in as thoroughly as possible is something that you want to check on. Now, it's also something that you might want to leave to a professional just to make sure that you do stay in this prime spot up here near the top. Because, being rewarded with this little space here is way up near the top, and there is money at the top of a Google search. Now, believe it or not, even though this is closer to the top, what people really rely on most is down here, what we call the organic search results. And the organic search results are, they're organic in the sense that you don't need to do anything to get in these results other than have a website. But if you do this search more than once, say you do it again tomorrow or next week or next day, next month, you're going to find that these are in the same order. It's going to be OCR and Metal Barn and top line street buildings at the top still because of what they have in their website. And the Google algorithm is rewarding them for this spot because of what they have in their website. Now, I'm going to do something real. I told you that I was going to compare you to Metal Barn Central. Now, as I recall, they're located in North Carolina, but they have on their webpage that they are a metal buildings in Wichita, Kansas. So this is just another piece of evidence that if it's on the internet, it is true. All you have to do is put it there, and Google will say, "Yeah, that's where they are, because here's where it says it." So you are competing against somebody who has, I don't know, nationwide, but certainly a very large presence in many states. Now, here is your website again. I'm going to do something real fast. I'm going to copy and paste your homepage into this word counter. You have 627 words. I'm going to do the same for them. No idea what these results are going to show. I have an inkling, but yeah, all right. So they have more words than you do. And the reason that's important is because Google wants to send their customers someplace that has content. I mean, look at the reverse. Just think about that. If Google sent you to a web page that only had like 20 or 30 words on it, you'd be like, I'm not learning anything about what I just Googled. Why are you sending me here? But here's the truth. Google wants 1,500 words on your homepage. So even 627, you're not quite halfway there. But it would be easy to pull into the lead because your competitor only has 733. So 1,500 words makes you legitimate in the eyes of Google. And that's just, I don't know how they came up with 1,500, but that's what they did. And they can do that because they're the gorilla. And when the gorilla wants to dance, well, you dance. So, Jim, words are not all the same either. I need to warn you about that because Google is looking for keywords. Now, currently you have 0 keywords on your website, and Metal Roof Barns or Metal Barn Central has 8,200. Now, I'm sure a lot of these are going to be about the different communities that they serve, but some of them are going to be just part of your industry. I don't know what the words are in your industry because I'm not in it, but I'm going to show you them in just a second here. There we go. Metal shops for sale, Metal Barn Central. We can get rid of any of the Metal Barn Central ones because, of course, that's people who are looking for a site that they already know. But steel builders near me, garages for sale, pole barn packages. I have never used those 3 words in that order in my life. So that means it's clearly part of something that is part of your industry. Clear span buildings. 50 by 50, I guess that's 60 by 60 shop. I guess that's just dimensions of a building, a steel building. I don't know. Metal carport builders near me, steel buildings near me. Now, a lot of these look very similar, and they are, but you have to remember that the algorithm does not know our language. It is just looking for what it has determined it needs to look for, and it doesn't determine what the order is or anything like that. It does not know singular and plural. It does not know the difference between building, builder, buildings, builders, contractors. All those are related because you and I are human, but the algorithm does not know any of that. So that's why so many things look familiar. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is your backlinks. You are on 8 referring domains, meaning there are 8 other sites out there that have you on them. And that is probably not enough. Let me show you what your competitor has. They have 952. Here are their domains that they're on, and I don't know what all of these are. Maybe they are part of your industry and you might know, but what Aftership, Porch.com, LeaveOnline.com, Yellow Page City. The nice thing is here, they don't have a lot in the 90s. And what you want is a highly rated site, something say 70 and above. And they don't have that many 70 and above. And I can think of personally about 15 more in the 90s that you could be on. Now, this number that I'm referring to is called the domain rating. It shows the strength of a domain's backlink profile. Now, what that means is that your site has 8 different sites that refer to it, and you have a backlink profile of 0.3. And these folks have a rating of, say, 90 and 86 because a lot of other sites refer to them. So that's what gives them such a high domain. Now, the reason Google wants you to have backlinks is because they don't want to have to vet your site themselves. So they figure that the more other people that refer to your site means it must be a site worth going to. And again, they want to send their search customers to a place that is going to make them happier as search customers. And if they're sending them to a site that a bunch of other people have already been to, well, that just makes them happy. Because they don't want to send you to a site nobody has gone to because they don't know what the heck is there. So this is sort of their way of determining whether your site is useful or not. Now, the final thing I'm going to show you is this. Your web's traffic last month, meaning the number of visitors you had as a result of a Google search, is 0. You had no visitors. And you made this website with the idea that it was going to bring you customers and money. And currently it is underperforming. It is not doing what it says it should do. Here's what Metal Barn Central has: 2,500 visitors. Now, part of that is because they're in a lot of different localities, but that is a huge number over 0. That's 2,500 more opportunities to have an estimate, and that estimate turn into a customer, and that customer turn into money in your pocket. That's what the value of this is, being up near the top. That's exactly why they are getting what they're getting up here near the top of a Google search. So that is what I wanted to tell you. Now, I'm going to just summarize. A Google Business Profile, fill one out and make sure that it is completely filled out. You've already done most of the work there. That is great. Now, underneath that, you also want more and better keywords, more and better backlinks. Now, I'm going to just scroll down here and see if Buckley comes up, or Beachy, excuse me. Don't know why my tongue decided not to. There we go. Alpine, Mary's, top line. I do not see Beachy. And the reason that I'm doing this is I just want you to think about your own Google behavior. When you Google something, how far down do you scroll before you think to yourself, you know what, I probably got it. I can stop scrolling because whatever I have done already, I can just stop and look from here on upwards that I've already passed. And I can tell you that most people will not scroll as far as I just have. And I have not found your site yet. So that being the case, now you can see what the value of all of this is. Now, you can take those 3 tips that I gave you right away, put them into practice. On the other hand, you could also ask us to help you with that. We do have the experience and expertise to make sure that it gets done right. It's not going to be about redesigning your site necessarily, unless you want that, but it is going to be about making it more competitive. So, Jim, thank you so much for sticking with me on this. I really appreciate your time, and you have a great rest of your day.